Yo, what's up, man? This is a brand new show on the channel. It's called Is It Worth It? And this is a show where we do movie reviews, and this time we're doing The Invisible Man. And as always, I got my co-host Devon and Mouse in here. So say what's up to the people.
What's up?
What's happening? What's happening?
All right. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do a movie review on The Invisible Man. And The Invisible Man, it's a story about a woman named Cecilia who has an abusive boyfriend. She plans an escape, a successful escape with her sister. Her sister helps her get out of the house. Then she goes to a friend. What was the friend name again? James. So she goes to the friend James' house. So the ex-boyfriend doesn't know. Well, it makes you think he don't know where she is. And so what he does is he plans his own suicide, a fake suicide. And so she thinks he's dead. Cecilia thinks he's dead. So she tries to go out into the world. And when she does that, that's when he finds her. And he's the ex Adrian he's a scientist, scientist who focuses on optics, and he has this cool little suit that makes him invisible. And he started messing with her, you know. And what else happens?
Okay. First off, he already knew where she was at.
You think so?
Because how would they know where to send that letter when they was trying to get her to come see with see the wheel? The fortune.
No, the sister brought it over. No, the sister had
The sister told her that he was dead. But the letter came in the mail to the house.
No.
Yeah, because James was like, "You got."
Oh,
mail.
you right. Yeah, you right. Yeah.
Yeah, so he knew. He
did.
just was trying to bring her out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, got her out. He followed her with the invisible suit and started messing with her. First, it was small and subtle things.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely, it started to progress until all of a sudden, John's daughter Sydney gets punched, and
James' daughter.
James' daughter Sydney just get punched, and he makes it seem like Cecilia hit her. That was crazy.
That shit was fucked up ass punch too.
Yeah. The movie. It's a great plot, man. I mean, it's a fantastic plot.
They had her out there looking crazy, like they thought she was on some other shit. Like,
right.
She was like, they was like, no, you just tweaking. Like,
yeah, he was really good at making her look crazy.
Very good. I mean, and she did good as a. Are we on that?
Nah, we're gonna get to that
later.
But she did. This is a great movie. Definitely. You're in it. You know what I mean? Like it grabs you and you stuck the whole movie.
Yeah, at the beginning, you like, bro, why she feel like she got to get away so bad? Like,
yeah. Then it's very onion like. The movie's an onion. It unravels layers. It's really good. So let's go on to our first part of the show, our likes and dislikes. So let's start with Devon. What's some of the things you liked about it?
Okay. I like that they had me on my toes.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what's about to happen next? Mm-hmm. I like the acting was all right. I like the people who they got in this movie. I don't really know too many of them like that, except for James. I feel like I seen him in another movie.
He's in a couple things.
Yeah.
He's in Underground. TV show, but we're not gonna
not
talk
Underground.
About that.
Was it?
That's a show.
That's what it's called.
That's the slave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Show. Yeah, you're right. I seen that. His name is Aldous Hodge.
Okay.
He's in something else that I can't think of what it is right now.
He's a pretty decent actor.
Yeah.
He did very well in this movie. I liked him too.
All right. Say what I didn't like.
No, what you like about it?
Oh, what I like. Okay. What I like. I like the plot.
Loved it.
I like the ending. The
ending
was a great ending,
man.
And
it didn't suck.
Yeah, it was great.
Like how movies be
lately movies endings been terrible. Like when I watched Loose, I was kind of a little mad at that ending, but
yeah, it was weak.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is one of the greatest endings I've seen in a long time. I feel like.
Agreed.
And most of the acting was good.
Yeah, you ain't like the acting. Who you ain't like?
I could care less about Tom. He wasn't that great, but James, the guy that played
Tom
James.
wasn't that great. You tripping?
The brother, he wasn't that.
I
He
thought
wasn't
he
that
was
great.
good.
Now a couple of the side dudes was cold. Like one of the cops, he came. He was looking around trying to find something that's invisible. He had the little cleanest little look I ever seen. I'm like, bro, he did that cold.
yeah. What I liked about the movie, like I said, I agree with y'all on the plot. I thought the acting was great. I thought they told the story in a very clean way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was very clean. Like everything about it was just perfect almost. Like I didn't have much that I didn't like about that movie. Like it was very awesome. Like
I just nitpick at a little couple things of what I feel like that they could have did different, but that's just I always do stuff like
I felt like all right, so I love the movie. I love the lead actress, and her name is Elizabeth Moss. I've seen her in some stuff. I loved her.
She gets like a 1 out of 5. She get like a 3 maybe.
Damn,
really?
3? What you ain't
she
like?
Get like a 3.
Yo,
she
was
didn't
looking
play
crazy.
Yes, I believe that she was crazy for a minute until I saw that breath. When I saw that breath, I was like,
no, this is the thing. I knew that obviously the movie's called Invisible Man. You know somebody's fucking with her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But she still sold me on thinking she might be crazy.
Yeah,
still.
like it was like, I don't know. You
I was sold. I mean, I knew somebody was fucking with her, but she still looked crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It made you think like, would you believe somebody if this was going on? Like would you believe the unbelievable, or would you just be quick to
dismiss
say
them.
they crazy?
Right. And you know what's so crazy about it is like when she started finding a little bit of clues he was leaving around, like when she called his phone and it rang, I was like, what the fuck?
But but if I would have called that phone and it rang and it been upstairs, bro, I'm not finna be up in that bitch no more.
I'm not playing.
It's
I'm not playing with you.
And then you didn't show nobody the phone.
Yeah, I was waiting on
all
that.
the evidence. She finally showed the evidence of the bottle.
Yeah,
but they kind of wouldn't believe
they
in that.
Played that off. Yeah,
but you didn't say nothing when you lost it either.
But she also showed the evidence to the wrong person, which later on we didn't know he was gonna be the wrong person.
True, we didn't.
Yeah, so.
But it did kind of seem like he had to have somebody helping him, because otherwise, when he made it from the crib all the way back across town, I was like, bro, he like Jason for long distance.
I said this motherfucker must got an invisible car. I thought he had an invisible car.
You talking about running out the house?
When she left from the mansion back to James's crib, he was there. Like I'm like,
no, when she left from the house to the mansion and he was there, I was like, ain't no way in hell.
He's cold, but then we find out later,
and
it was both of them.
We don't know if he cold like running in the car. You know what? I was having like moments like, is he in the car with her with the Uber driver?
Yeah, I was thinking
shit like
that's
that.
what that movie does to you.
Yeah, you don't know when he's really there.
And that's what makes this a great movie. Like it leaves you questioning, it leaves you guessing, it leaves you the whole movie you like they give you little clues that really lead you nowhere. Like she said he asked her about French or something. She like, yeah, I speak a little French, and I thought that was gonna be something later on, but it turned out to be nothing. But while you watching the movie, you don't know. You just grabbing every little clue you can to see what's gonna happen. That shit this is a good ass movie.
Damn.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Devonna. Go ahead.
All right, let me go back to Elizabeth as an actor.
Okay.
I'll be nitpicking.
Okay.
This is what I don't like about her acting. Or no, I ain't gonna say her acting. This is what I don't like about the producer who made this movie a little bit.
Okay.
She went from a scared shit person trying to get away from her ex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see all this confidence that was rising in her? Like you just gonna kill somebody? Like,
well,
I think
he killed
after
her sister.
After that, that's when she started.
I get it. I get that
not
part.
Only
but
that,
it's just like, where your confidence come from?
It took her a long time.
It took a minute.
It took you a long time to come out the house, though.
No,
it did.
Yeah, it did. But
did.
it should have. But what was the breaking point, which created the confidence within her, was the conversation with her and the brother at the jail. That's when that was the pinnacle.
That's when
right
she
there.
knew she wasn't crazy.
She said, "Nah, this is over with. You know what I'm saying? Like he admitted to, and then to find out she was drugged and raped while she was drugged, and now she got a baby by a dude.
Oh no. He knew she wasn't on. He changed her. He changed what she thought was birth control to something else. So she was pregnant beforehand, I think.
See, I was thinking that.
At first, I was thinking he raped her when he pulled the sheets off.
Let's go back to that.
But
I know he ain't do that.
I don't see how
something ain't add up with the baby situation. Is either he been taking, he already knew, like he knew about the pills and been taking her pills.
That's what the brother
then
said.
she would be way along. She would have been way far along.
Yeah, I think so
than
too.
That. Talking about because the doctor said
she was a month.
We just found out.
Yeah, and she had from the time she escaped when she first got to Dude House, that was 2 weeks. So I'm thinking by the time they have that conversation, she's a month along.
We don't really know how long she had been at James's house.
I think it's safe to assume
that. I feel like she was there for months damn near. And I was also mad about that because she was there so long before we even found out what the fuck his profession was. I'm like, bro, this nigga don't never go to work. And then after, it was like after something happened, we found out he was a cop. I'm like, why it take so long?
Let's let the people know that we were late to the movie.
We were late.
It was about 5 minutes.
But it didn't show what James's. I'm talking about James. It didn't show his profession at the beginning.
They didn't. But I don't know. We don't know that look. That's kind of a mystery for us. But I get you. But I kind of had a feeling you're right. You know what? I didn't even think about what he was doing before then. He was just like working on the crib. And shit.
Like this whole time you just like never go to work. Where you working at? Then eventually they finally. I'm like, that took too long, bro. Like,
I mean, he could have had some days off or anything.
True.
So.
Looked like he had weeks off just helping her.
Nah, it wasn't weeks. She was just stuck in the crib. But either way, I feel like if I'm gonna throw a prediction out there, I think that he used that Dermamine or whatever that drug was to make her fall asleep, because she used it on him supposedly, but she used it on him and he was knocked out. So if you knocked out like that, you know what I'm saying, you probably could get raped. So I think he drugged her back, especially while he was invisible, and she ain't know he was invisible at first. Drugged her, knocked her up. A month later, she like finding out like, what, I'm pregnant.
Right. So you talking about when he was there, he took the pictures.
Well, sometime around then. I don't think it was at that point in time, because obviously her and Sydney, the daughter, was in the bed together. But that was strange too.
Yeah,
that was strange too. And you know what? I'm gonna put that in one of my dislikes. Like I didn't understand the purpose of that.
He was just fucking with her.
Okay,
because he showed her the pictures.
No, she found them.
Well, she found them. She found them, but he did that on purpose. He left all that shit there on purpose.
Yeah.
But why did he do that?
But also, what I don't like,
just to make her go crazy.
When they were standing outside in the cold, why he only had one breath up here that whole time, bro?
I think he was holding his breath. That's what
he's cold. He was holding it long.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You trying to play invisible. You're a ghost. One thing I do like about this movie that I normally don't like about other movies that's in this genre is the jump scares. I enjoyed them.
It was a few.
I enjoyed them. They had me going. When she threw that paint.
He showed up. I was like,
shit.
But she made me mad how long it took her to do shit like that.
Yeah, and he got cleaned up a little bit too quick for my
way too quick.
That was a dislike for me too.
I was like, yo, he got cleaned up quick.
Look, y'all, they had the camera going into the kitchen. Boy, the water should have been on. It's like he turned the water on. He should have been cleaning himself off.
Yeah. And again, people, we nitpicking because it doesn't take away from anything, but I didn't really care for that.
Also, I didn't like that one fight scene when she was fighting when he was invisible, because he was just straight invisible at that moment. You couldn't.
The first time.
Yeah, and
in the living room.
Yeah, it didn't look believable at all.
It did to me.
Yo, let me tell y'all.
When he grabbed her up in the kitchen.
No, not that part. That part was cold. When he had her looking like she was moonwalking in the air, that shit was cold. That shit was cold. But no, when she was trying to throw them punches and shit, I'm like, bitch, you look stupid. That shit didn't look real.
But look. James had a fight scene too, and I was like, I'm trying to see if I like these fight scenes like invisible, because you got to be a good actor to fight somebody invisible.
James did decent, but he got his chicken coop.
He's definitely got his chicken coop. But there's a part in the movie where for some reason he looked buff as hell.
That nigga is buff as hell.
That nigga
but that
was
one scene,
buff.
he was super buff.
I'm like,
bruh.
yo, this nigga is incredibly buff. And for him to get whooped like that,
Well, I'm like, and I was like, bro, how Invisible Man get so cold at whooping motherfuckers? Like,
I think
he
that suit give him powers or
right,
something.
He be yoking them up, don't
Man, that motherfucker is.
Hey.
I guess because you know what? Every punch is unexpected. You know when you
Yeah, you
unexpectedly
don't know where
punch
he coming
somebody,
from.
it's way
You don't-
stronger.
yeah, you right.
So every punch is unexpected. Every kick, every throw is
he?
unexpected.
Don't know where he at.
yeah.
So that kind of adds to his little.
What I also
power.
did like is when she went back to the mansion and she found the suit, that motherfucker popped up cold as hell. Like, that shit was
Yeah.
like bloop, 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 all the different little cameras on it. I was like,
Yeah.
that's
Oh
cold.
no, the suit cold.
The suit cold.
I don't think I've ever seen a suit this cold.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah,
like,
he cold with the
I was
suit.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Tony Stark ain't got nothing on
Ain't
him.
got
Nothing.
nothing.
That
Tony,
shit
this
cold.
whole
And
time,
it was
Tony
low-
ain't make this.
I'm like, right.
Man,
And it was better than Black Panther suit. I was like, damn, better than
Yeah,
Black Panther.
His suit was cold.
No vibranium?
so-
How they do that?
So what about we're gonna go ahead to the actors, pros and cons. We kind of dibbled in it a little bit, but we're gonna go one by one. So I don't want to start with the main girl. So let's start with James Aldis Hodge. Let's start with him. So you did like him, right?
I liked him. The scene where he was coming in the house to check on his daughter, I feel like they could have did his cop training a little better because his looking for a possible suspect was terrible.
Well, she was in the hallway like,
Man, I'm
Fucked
saying,
up.
I'm saying before that, he coming around the corner, how he was holding the gun was
Yo,
like terrible.
James
Like,
is terrible as being a cop. I'ma just put it
Yeah.
out there.
He want a good cop.
terrible. He a terrible cop.
what about Sydney, who was the daughter? Her name is Storm Reed. What about her? She do good?
Yeah, it was cool.
she was just okay. Like
The smack scene though, I was like,
She
Girl,
sold
you-
me on the when she thought she was gonna get that 10 bands a month.
oh yeah,
She sold me on that. Like, yeah, I'm going to college. Yeah, I was sold.
oh,
But,
she got yoked up too.
I was
did
sold
get
on
yoked
that
up.
too.
She did get yoked
I was
up.
on that punch. That first punch, I was sold.
Yeah,
super sold.
Sold.
I was like, damn, that looked like
that
it
girl
hurt.
took out
Yeah,
that mace.
she-
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm glad she was smart enough to do. Like, hold on, wait,
She
what?
like, wait, what? She like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
dope. Yeah, I like her. I was sold with her. Let's go with the sister, Emily Cass. That's the character's name, but her
Oh,
real
my
name is Harriet
goodness.
Dyer.
Can we go to
The murder?
The murder.
Oh
that
my
is
God.
the best. That is
That
the
was
best.
so clean.
I was like, whoa, no,
That-
You
ain't
ain't
even.
never
that's-
seen nothing like that before
That
in your
shit
life.
had me
In the
like,
restaurant?
what?
Oh my
Hey,
god!
that was good.
And that's why I say Elizabeth Moss was perfect for this role, which is the main character, Cecilia.
I think she was good at that part.
was great. She sold that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about how she was scared. She ain't let go. She was in shock. She couldn't let go of the knife, and then eventually she kind of like
You
jumped.
know-
That shit was
Then
perfect.
she started like, no, he did it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but see,
That shit
I'm
was hard.
nitpick again, man. I would have been like, bro, look at the cameras. The knife was floating.
I was thinking that
it was right
too.
there.
But-
It was right there.
I was thinking that
But
too.
see,
I was like,
people-
why didn't they say nothing about the cameras?
But at that moment, I can see you not necessarily thinking that, but you knowing, you really feeling like this nigga exists, that's something I'm gonna say, bro. Because
Yeah,
I'm
me
not going
too.
down for no murder for my sister.
And how he was in like the interrogation room. The thing I love about this movie was that they just showed they panned the camera to a corner where there's
They
nothing
showed him.
there,
They-
but
you
you as
know
a
it's him.
viewer, you see him there. I don't know how, but I saw him there.
Yeah, you can
And
tell somebody
he
there.
wasn't there, but I'm like, he right here, he
Yeah,
right there,
yeah, yeah.
he there.
Yeah.
They did a good job with that shit because there's a lot of scenes like that when he was sitting down on the chair. You see him sitting on the
you
chair.
know somebody in that chair.
Yo, you see him in the chair. You see him in that corner. You see him in the jail cell. You see this motherfucker, but they don't show him. But you know he there. That shit was. They did a good job with that. They did a really good job with that. So we're gonna go ahead and move to Adrian. His real name is Oliver Jackson Cohen. What did you think about his acting? Because he really only got a smaller
Yeah,
part.
he only got a couple parts where his face is showing, but
He just whooping ass. All movie.
At the beginning, it was he come through them woods
How
so
the
quick.
fuck-
Bitch, where the fuck you going? I was
This
like,
man is a trained
how did he get there so fast?
ex-killer.
But I think he did a good job at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, he did it. He
played-
helped the ending.
Yeah, he played it off to like, bitch, I don't know what you talking about.
I was almost
believed
sold.
it. When then he said that surprise shit, and I was like, nah,
Yeah.
this nigga.
But
This
that's what
nigga.
make him. That I like him as an actor because he sold that. Let's go with his brother. His real in the story he's Tom, but his real name is Michael Dorman. So what about him?
He played it off pretty cool at the beginning. He made
think the same.
you feel like
He
he
ain't got
hated his brother too and all this
Yeah.
other
He
shit.
ain't got no parts. His brother just take care of his little finance.
I was almost sold on the fact that maybe he did kidnap his brother because if he was that abusive to both of them, maybe he did do that.
Maybe.
I was kind of sold on that.
Then I was like, nah,
that might not
shit
have been
don't make
acting
no
though. It could have been
sense, you feel me?
story though. You know what I mean?
Because then they would have. Because if he would have been in there that whole time, it would have been on the cameras when the police first came.
True.
Who did
But
that
I
to him,
love
though?
the scene.
Terrible cops again.
Michael-
Here we go with the terrible cops.
Terrible.
You have to he get some wood and nail himself in the damn basement. How did he do that? Because his brother dead now. So his brother Ben did that. Wait, terrible cop.
Was it
situation.
even nailed or?
Maybe it was.
They had to knock that motherfucker down.
Yeah. How did
But it might have been some other secret passage where he could have set that up. You
I don't know. He was smart, so he
Yeah.
could have did some. I
And
don't
his
know.
house was amazing.
Oh my god.
Oh,
the
it was
house
amazing. I was like,
great.
God damn.
His house was incredible.
Dope.
But I think that Michael Dorman did a great job playing his brother. I really loved the scene between him, Michael Dorman, and Elizabeth Moss at the jail when he told her, you know, you could get the inheritance, but you know, you went to jail, so you might not get it. But if you sign it,
that shit
I
was
love
fucked up.
that part. That was a great part. That was the turning part for me. You know what I mean? The turning point for the movie. I love that part. So I really like his acting. So let's go with the lead role, Elizabeth Moss. Where you at with it? I loved it. I love her.
She played crazy very well.
I loved her. I loved her in this movie. One thing, my one takeaway is I don't think she was fine enough for all of this.
She was not. And that's
facts.
what I was saying to me. I'm
Oh
like,
my
bro, what
goodness.
rich man gonna fake kill himself
Yo,
for
not
this
for her.
jump?
Not for Elizabeth. I'm sorry,
know,
Elizabeth.
like, bruh, a
you
bitch-
ain't that fine.
A bitch running away, bye. Bitch,
Yeah,
I'm rich.
I don't think, but it wasn't about that. It was about like he could have had any other woman, and none of them was really down for him.
Yeah.
And
But I also want to say though, he loved hard. 'Cause don't no motherfucker make they passwords the date that they met somebody and not love them.
facts.
Facts.
That's a really good
She
point.
like, when we date?
But-
Oh, 0492. How
Yeah.
you get this
Right.
password?
Yeah. She did a great job to me. You know, great job. Hats off to me. What y'all love?
And that scene in the shower where she was fake the suicide. That was some smart
that
ass
was
shit.
cold. And the ending, man.
Yeah,
the ending.
she
Let me.
played that off smooth.
She begged him, and I was like, man, please just say you did it. Like I
Right,
wanted him to
wanted
say
her
you
to say
did
it too.
And she played that role off good. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and clean up.
Yeah, she played that off good. I thought he
Played
was
it
about
off
to follow her,
good.
though. I thought he was about to
Yeah,
follow her.
I thought he
ass,
was
for
gonna
real.
get on
Nah.
some fuck shit.
But that suit might give you a little strength because how did she
She cold. She like
make him
because he
seem
seemed
like
like
he
he a
killed
body
himself?
slam her ass, like
Right.
because he was cold with the
Yeah.
strength.
Yeah, but no one could defeat anyone that like hand to hand combat. If you got that suit on, no one could defeat the suit. You had to shoot it.
Yeah.
That's how the movie was. Like the only way they can beat it is if you shoot him. And when she shot him like 4 or 5 times or whatever, and he was laid out, I was thinking like, you need to empty the clip on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
They
I'm
don't
saying?
never do that in the damn movies.
They
though.
need to, and in this movie they do. You know what I'm saying? Because her ass
And backup always take forever.
always.
How the fuck he killed about 5 cops? Where his cameras at? And the backup never made it there.
Yeah.
Right.
They sent one dude come outside trying to get him. Man, what?
The crazy house scene. Did y'all like
But
that?
that's because they wasn't at the police station. They was at a jail.
Did y'all
True.
wait?
Yeah.
I'm talking about. She was at the crazy house, right?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
crazy
but it's
house.
a
That's
jail
what it was.
though.
A jail.
It's a jail crazy
Jail for the
house.
crazy. Yeah. Okay.
Did y'all like the scene when he was fucking them up?
Oh, loved
He was
it.
whooping their ass.
I loved
He
it.
was
Loved
fucking
it.
them up.
Loved it. He was fucking them up. He made dude shoot himself in the leg. I was like, ah, man. I know they like, what's going on?
But he was giving some people their life though.
He did.
Yeah, he ain't kill everybody. Which that's what I'm saying. You grab those little clues and you think they're gonna lead you somewhere, but they don't, because you thinking like, oh, this dude survived. He gonna be able to tell them like, I saw it.
That's what I thought was gonna happen with the one.
Yeah, that's
dude.
what makes this movie so incredible.
Oh,
so,
what they did. This ain't necessarily her acting. This just is the movie. What it pissed me off when she went to the crib, found the suit, didn't put the suit on at first. And she left the fucking bag there with the suit in it.
Yeah.
That was your whole evidence right there.
Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe she was too scared at that point too. She was
because
still
he
on her
did pop
scared
up
shit.
on her ass.
She was still on her scared shit. She ain't go through the turning point yet. But we're gonna go to the most difficult part of this show, which is the rating. And on our show here, we like to rate from 1 to 5 out of 5 stars. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna ask.
You doing decimals?
No, yeah, we can do decimals, but they got to be
To the
0.5.
10.
Yeah, exactly. So, Devonna, let's start with you first. What do you rate it?
You know what? This is a good movie for the year. I give it a 5.
Ooh.
Whole fever.
Uh-huh.
If we give it the 5, then that make everything else. Yeah, I'm a go 4.7 for my nitpicking.
You got to go 4.5.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah,
5?
0.5.
All right, 4.5 then.
Okay, so 4.5. I wanted to give it a 4 bad, but I love this movie so much. I got to give it a 5. If anybody who knows me, I'm a movie buff. I watch a lot of movies. I don't give movies 5s. This one gets a 5 for sure. This one gets a 5. High on the suggestibility. This movie is great.
This movie is worth it.
Definitely worth it. So that's what I was gonna say. So Devonna, is it worth it?
Yeah, it's worth it.
Mouse, is it worth it?
Worth the money, and I don't even like paying for movies.
Hey, everybody out there, is worth it. So whenever you get a chance, y'all check it out. All right, so that will conclude the show. Make sure y'all check us out. Hit us up on Instagram at Up for Debate 757. Hit me up on Instagram at Key757. Hey, check this out. We gonna keep these coming, so be on the lookout, man, and make sure y'all check our show out, Up for Debate TV.
And give us suggestions.
All right, peace.